sit down and do a bit of an update. So this week we've been on the road for 4 months. I can't believe it's been 4 months. It doesn't feel like 4 months. I don't know if it does for you or not.
Nah,
it
not at all. No.
To me. We're also trialling these new microphones to see how they go too, so let us know what the sound quality's like. But yeah, we thought we'd sit down and sort of go over the first 4 months and things that would maybe change and things that we are quite happy with. So one of the things that we've found, because we're on the road full time, no end date, no time frame, we like to stay in a spot if we can for about a week. We find that that's a good time frame to see the area and also get a feel if we might want to extend longer. There's more things to see.
It gives me a chance to decompress from driving, towing, take a breather, just kick back a little bit, then we can start going out for day trips here or there, or just in some cases just chill out around the van. Don't necessarily have to go out every day.
Exactly, and that's the reality of travelling on the road. You're not out every single day, all of this excitement that you see in the videos. There is down times, there's washing to do and video editing. I mean, that's been a big thing for me. I'd never edited a video in my life, and it's a big learning curve for me. Gradually learning as I go, doing lots of downtime watching YouTube videos on how to edit. So gradually learning
listening
how to do that.
Someone getting frustrated.
I want to throw the computer sometimes, but yeah, getting there and then finding a program that suits you as well. There's so many different programs out there, it's ridiculous, but starting to get the hang of it now, but also
hopefully you've seen that Tracy's just updated our opening credits. I think she's done an awesome job for that. It looks fantastic, I believe, and hope you guys think it's been an improvement as well. I know our sound quality in some of them haven't been there with the wind and all that. That's why we've got we forgot that we had them all along. We just forgot we had them.
That's right.
The remote mics and all that. So hopefully the sound is going to be a lot better from now on. You won't, if Tracy's GoProing from inside the car and she actually turns the mic away from you, because it's got the little shotgun mic on it, it's directional, so when you turn it away you don't tend to pick up the person behind the camera as much. So now with the remote mics, it should be a lot better. Please comment and say in any future videos if you think the sound's improved, that'd be much appreciated, because it's hard to judge.
It's not until editing sometimes I go, oh, I thought we were talking loud enough, but because it was facing away from us, or there might have been a bit of wind or something.
Plus, where you're filming too, you can't sort of raise your voice, because you got to be. Sometimes you've got other people around. It's you got to be self-conscious of that as well. And with the mics on, it's going to be a lot easier to talk without having to raise voices and overpower the microphone when you raise the voice, and it creates a whole heap of different issues with the audio. But other than that, it's so
it's been a big learning curve. The other thing that we've found, because we're on the road full time, we forget about school holidays, and we kind of, we were lucky to get where we are now in Wonga, at Wonga Beach. Luckily they had vacancies, but it's the time of year where not only was it school holidays, but all the grey nomads, and not necessarily grey nomads anymore.
I am.
Families that are travelling full time as well, they're all up here at the same time, and everything is booked out.
It is an eye-opener for me to see how busy it has been, and it still is. Absolutely. Up here in far north Queensland. Basically, we spent 4 hours on the phone today, ringing around, because we're going to move in a couple of days' time, because we've been here 2 weeks. And it's time we had to change. We wanted to head towards Atherton, around that area, and it took basically 4 hours of ringing around to find a caravan park that wasn't booked out until August.
Yep.
It's just mind-blowing. Even in Cairns, there's probably not one caravan park. You might have got a day here, a day there, but nothing, you're lucky to string 2 days together at the most.
That's right. And we always book a week at a time, like I said, just because we find that, you need that downtime, you settle in, you check out the caravan park or wherever you're staying, and then work out, the first day is usually going through all the brochures that you find at the information centre or at the caravan park itself and working out what you want to do. And you need time to really appreciate an area before you move on. And the only reason we got the booking that we have between Atherton and Mareeba is because they had a cancellation, so we were extremely lucky to get that.
Bloody lucky, yep. Otherwise, look, we were going to have to be another week, maybe a week and a half too. Exactly. Not that it would have mattered anyway, because we don't, we've got no time frame. But
and this caravan park.
It's just that
really
we want
nice.
to explore around the Atherton area more. It just it cuts down on a bit of travel time. It's about an hour and a bit from here up the mountain to there, and then it adds up in fuel costs in the end. Although we don't mind spending the money on the fuel. The other day we went from here, Wonga up to Daintree, across the Daintree River up to Cape Tribulation. From Cape Tribulation, then we jumped onto the Bloomfield track, did the Bloomfield track, and ended up at Cooktown. Had a look around Cooktown. We were thinking about going up to Cooktown, but after talking to we called into the caravan park. We were thinking about staying to see if we could book accommodation while there. And the lady basically said to Tracy that, listen, 3 days is probably enough to do Cooktown. Well, I'm not going all the way up there, packing up here, travelling 250 odd k's, because to do with a caravan instead of going up Bloomfield track, because I wouldn't never carry your caravan up there. Some people do, I wouldn't. You've got to go head inland, then up through the middle, Mulligan Highway I think it is. It's about 250 odd or more kilometres. So you go all that way for 3 days and then to turn around and start to head back, it just wasn't worth it. So we did a bit of sightseeing while there, and then came back down through the middle, and we thought, well, we'll stay where we are for another week, and then we'll head to Atherton.
Yeah, and I can't wait. There's so many things in the brochures that I want to see around Atherton, so to base ourselves there and to be able to go out on the day trips, there's just so much there to do that we want to do. So and even knowing that, and knowing the next school holidays in September, October will be coming up, we still
got to plan ahead.
Can't plan that far ahead, because we still don't know if we're going to really like a place and want to extend for a week or whatever. So I guess we're just going to have to play it by ear as we keep going along.
For those other people out there that may be watching this are doing the same thing as us, and they're saying, oh, we just wing it, we just head somewhere and go. That's fine, that's great. We do the same thing too, but we've been lucky in this instance. If we had done that, we wouldn't have been camping anywhere, because there's just nothing available. Very, very limited free camping or low-cost camping along this section.
And even if it is, they're usually only 1 or 2 nights that you're allowed to stay. So that's not what we do or what we're about. So
winging it's good, and you got the freedom, and it adds to the excitement, but it then can add to the stress. You go, well, where are we going to stay? We're on the road now, and if we've got nowhere to pull up, yes, we're self-contained and everything else, but you still got to find somewhere to stop. And up here too they're very strict on no camping. There's signs everywhere: no camping, no stop. No motorhomes overnight, or no caravans. You can use day areas, but you can't stay over the night, and you will and do get fined if you do camp. You can argue that you're fatigued and for your safety, but then are you going to fight it if you do get fined? We don't want to get fined, so we try to, where possible, we'll book where we want to stay. Not way out. We'll try within 2 to 3 days of us leaving one spot. We'll start looking to where we're going to go to next, and then sort of see what vacancies available in the area that we want to head to.
And sometimes they can determine that, okay, we don't end up at that town because they're full.
Yeah.
We might have to go to the next town, and that's fine. But so that's something that we've learnt, and we're just so surprised at how many people on the road, not only just for the holidays, but full-time travellers like us.
Families. There's a lot of families on the road.
Yeah.
Young kids and teenagers and all that. That's 99% of the time they've been absolutely fantastic in any of the areas that we've stayed in. There's been a couple of, kids are a couple of times, but nothing to complain about. It is surprising that there's so many people on the road and families doing the same thing. Saying that, if you're thinking about do it.
Absolutely.
No regrets what we've done.
It's the best thing ever. Like, if you want to leave that stress of, I know so many people that work a 9-to-5 job, don't particularly like it that much, and they've got deadlines to meet, and they'll work longer hours or start working earlier to try and meet the deadlines, and then once they start doing that, their boss expects them to keep doing that, and then they get burnt out, and it's not a happy life. But honestly, if you can do it, and you don't need material things, it's the thing that we've learnt.
We sold everything off.
Sold everything, and you don't need things.
Yeah.
You honestly don't need things.
Only what you need to be on the road, and nothing. You can have your luxuries, small luxuries on the road, but the stuff that we had in our house that we sold, it's just mind-boggling. It's like, when you think about it, well, how often do we use that? And, how often do you use this? And
yep. Exactly.
Yes, it's not for everyone, and you can't some people just can't sell up or go bugger it. We're on the road, we understand that, but if you're thinking about do it, take a first step, maybe go away for an extended period, do a 6-week trip and see if it's like it. The amount of people that we've spoken to have said the same thing, the best decision they've ever had. Yes, there are adjustments to be made. Some people don't like not knowing where they're going to be. Sometimes I like that, but that's the appeal of it too, is not being locked down to one location. We've jumped a couple of times, we've done a couple of 500k days, and we've jumped a few locations because we've got no end date. We'll come back. We know we haven't seen all the areas. Airlie Beach, we didn't get out to the islands because the weather wasn't that great, and it was school holidays, so it was pretty bloody busy, and the prices were, but that's Airlie Beach anyway. But we'll know we'll get back there. Yeah. At some stage we'll get back there, and we'll be able to jump out to the islands. So we did, we jumped up the coast a lot further, and then we did another jump up to where we are here, and I think I love it up here. It's to me, it's been one of the better locations for me anyway. It's very relaxing. You can't swim on the beach, but because of the crocs and the stingers,
but swimming pool here.
There's a swimming pool here. That's
right.
The
Victorians, the only ones that have been in the pool are the Victorians. It was a bit cold to get in for the first minute, but then after that, it was absolutely beautiful. And
all the Victorians, what is it now? It's 6:15 at night, and we're sitting outside still in shorts and t-shirt. All the other Queenslanders up here walking around in long pants and jackets.
They're freezing. But yeah, absolutely. And I love the caravan parks like this that are out of town a bit. It's so much more tranquil and enjoyable, and you don't have all that road noise, and it's lovely.
So saying that though, keep in mind, we've found out the hard way. We decided we're going to duck back into town. What was it? 5:30?
Yeah.
5:30 at night. We thought, we need to get some supplies. Mossman's back about 17 to 20 k's back south, and there's a Woolworths there. There's the only Woolworths around, a supermarket around here. We thought, we need to go get some supplies. Well, guess what? That was the only thing that was open in Mossman. Everywhere else is, we'll get some takeaway while we're in town. Nah. It was like a ghost town. You're driving there, go like, this is just past 5:30. Everything is closed, including the fuel stations.
Yeah, that's right.
So it was like, okay.
Forget about that.
So yeah.
Yeah, no more nighttime supplies.
The van, the Great Aussie, we're sitting beside at the moment. No complaints whatsoever. It's been fantastic. We had one issue with the water pump not long into the trip where it failed, and our dealer was fantastic, straight onto them, and they air freighted one up overnight from Melbourne up to Queensland for us, so I replaced that, so that's all going. Other than that, there's been no issues at all.
Not at all.
Nothing. I don't think I'd change anything in the van. What about you?
No, I mean, even when we free camp for the week, I mean, we've only got AGM batteries.
Oh, that I'd change that if I could.
Eventually,
yeah.
But I mean, still, we've only got 2 solar panels and 2 AGM batteries, and we lasted the whole week without having to use a generator. I mean, yes, we don't have coffee machines, and we didn't use.
We don't have an inverter in the van, so it's no 240 volt appliances, so that saves a fair chunk of power.
But still, I mean, they're cooking on the gas, and yeah, didn't need to put the generator on once. So yeah, extremely happy with that. And it rained all week, so we weren't even getting sun to refill up the system. So yeah, absolutely amazing. The shower in the ensuite is absolutely amazing. The water pressure is awesome. Yeah, I don't think the only thing I'd change if I got another van, I wouldn't have an oven.
Cooktop only.
Cooktop only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
And the other best thing that we've bought is we've got a sunshade or privacy screen that we put on the awning. That just helps with sometimes you get depending where you're camping, you get the sun directly in and just makes it a bit more comfortable.
Well, I'll take back what I said. The only thing I would change would probably go to lithium with an inverter if we wanted to. But saying that, we're not going to do it just for the sake of it, because we don't need to. It's lasting.
Yeah.
The power we've got on board's lasting. Our water that we've got on board is, we're surprised actually. We've only got 2 90-litre water tanks and a 90-litre grey tank, but they're lasting okay.
So it lasts about 3-4 days with the water before we got to. That was one tank.
No, that was only that wasn't even a full tank. We went into Innisfail CMCA park with probably just over half, in between half and 3/4 of one tank, and that lasted probably 4 days, 5 days.
Yeah, and then
5 days, and then we only dropped 60 litres into the tank, which didn't fill it anywhere near filling it. So, but that was enough.
Yeah.
The patrol is going good. No complaints there. Tow's fantastic. So happy with the upgrades through patrol, the part that we had done, the suspension, the front and rear suspension and everything else. It's been fantastic. People say, but it's a petrol, you're using that much more fuel than a diesel. No, we're averaging about 20 to 21 kilometres per 21 litres per 100. Fuel economy, towing. Yes, if it's a big headwind, it does go up, but so will anything else. But we're more than happy with the economy of the car. No problems. We don't have any long range tanks or anything like that in it. It's just a standard fuel tank, so it's comfortable, very comfortable for chewing long distances. It's so easy to drive.
The difference that the upgrades made from beforehand, like when that first week before the upgrades, because it took a while for us to get in because everyone's doing car upgrades at the moment. It was a little scary on the road, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was not a pleasant. Wasn't pleasant to tow for the first little bit, because we, as Tracy just said, we couldn't get into patrol apart for a month and a half. to have the suspension done because they're that busy. So we went for a short stint, 4-week stint down to Portland, and it was not nice. Mind you, we were a lot heavier than what we were now, so we've culled a lot of weight too.
That's right.
That's the other thing, guys, just be so aware of your weight, your setups, your maximum weights, your GCMs, the ATMs, and all the other acronyms that people don't understand, me included. It's not easy, it's a little bit confusing, but so many people we talk to and see on the road are so overweight in their vehicle and caravan setups. It's not funny. And looking at the social media and the news lately, they're cracking down on it, especially up here in Queensland. There's been quite a few caravan and four-wheel drive accidents lately. In the last month, there's been a dozen or more rollovers and that, and from the reports saying, over 80% of those accidents are all being attributed to overloading. You do that, you're going to wipe your insurance. So it's a lot of investment, car and caravan, over close to $200,000.
Yeah.
Who can afford to go out and replace that if you wipe it out? And that's bad enough. But if you hurt someone and you're overloaded, that's something else entirely. So be aware.
That's the thing too with a lot of people with the Patrol, the 62, Y62, they're putting the boat loaders and boats on top, but people may or may not be aware that the roof of the
100 kilograms maximum.
100 kilos maximum, and by the time you put a boat loader and
roof rack, boat loader, boat,
all that on top of it, and again, if you have an accident and that's overweight, you're not going to be covered. So
I've resigned to the fact I'm not going to get another boat. Not fair.
Yeah.
Not yet, anyway.
Eventually, one day, maybe.
But other than that, so 4 months down? 4 months. 4 months down.
Yeah.
Loving every bit of it. Loving the places we've been, loving the people we've met. A lot more places to see and go.
And if you ever see us out on the road,
we run into another YouTuber.
We ran into Triple 62. So hi, hi Mick. We had a great conversation with him.
Port Douglas, that's the thing about the shirt. Yes, I've got more than one shirt, people. I have about 5 of these. I tend to wear these all the time.
These before we left, and we got 4 short sleeve each and 1 long sleeve each. So if you think
I'm not wearing the same clothes all the time. Yes, no.
That's right.
Michael come and goes, I know you people. I know that shirt. So, yes.
That's right.
Yeah. So
we're actually getting some
signage.
Worked on at the moment. So hopefully we'll have that soon.
Pays to advertise sometimes. Sometimes it can be good. Sometimes it can be bad. But yeah.
But if you see us on the road,
come say good day.
Say hello, and always happy to have a chat. And
feel free to put any comments below. If you've got any questions, if we can answer, we will. We're more than open to having questions asked.
Absolutely. So, we can answer questions. Not a problem. But so looking forward to the next 4 months and see where we end up.
Which way we're going?
We have no idea which way we're going yet. Depends, because one of the things that we want to do before we do head out in the middle of nowhere is a new set of tyres. So we're going to stay on this side until we get a new set of tyres, and from what we've been reading and looking up, they're quite rare and scarce at the moment.
It's not that easy to get tyres.
So
like a lot of other things, there's a shortage of, so which we won't head sort of west just yet. We'll try to stick around Cairns area for a little bit longer till we can get those tyres sorted out and fitted up, and once we head that, we'll start heading across, probably going to go across the Savannah Way, I think.
We think,
Go across heading up towards Darwin.
we'll see.
Yeah, but hey,
Can change.
tomorrow we might decide to head inland and head down to Adelaide. You never know. It's just the good thing about being on the road with no plans and no end date. It's like whichever the wind blows sometimes.
Exactly, yeah. We change our mind all the time.
Anyway, we've probably taken too much time, but
Thanks for watching, and
Yeah.
please leave any comments down below, any questions you may have for us, and we'll try and answer them for you. And if you haven't already, if you could like, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up, that would be really appreciated and help us out a lot. So until next time, we'll see you then.
see ya.
Can anybody out there hear me? Hear me?